As a buyer of things cheap and dirt, I've grown accustomed to plastic with positive buoyancy at 1 atmosphere. It's well known amongst dirt camerologists that in the past, present, and future, certain tiers of consumer electronics will always be like this. This applies to my pre-notion of bridge cameras as cheap hunks of homogeneous oil products with big stats, many features, and very little value. The fossil record of e-waste supports this belief, as truly what sinks to the bottom of online auctions are closely related species. Most prominent is the family Bridgioliae, containing Pyxis, both cool and fine, Mavica maximus, and the genus Comedia. Many moons ago, I placed a bid on such cameras. The results were 1 dead, 1 annoying, and 1 genuinely sickening, and 1 I barely expected to compete on the already crowded seafloor. First of all, what seemed like a grip eons ago had returned to ooze, seemingly encouraged by the Florida weather from where it came from. I removed the said substance and loaded the camera with batteries. Surprisingly, things seemed functional, albeit suspiciously quiet. Without knowing if I actually took a picture, I removed the crusty smart media card, found a cat in suspicious activities, seriously clean your cards folks, and found out it had actually taken photos. So I continued forth, noticing something strange about the build quality. Sure, the grip had completely disintegrated, however everything else seemed too luxurious for a crappy bridge camera. It even had a live view, which is pretty advanced as far as DSLRs. Wait, what the actual hell? Why is it so good? Why can't Maybe some context is required. Starting in the 90s, digicams were sold as cheap and quick to use, aimed primarily towards consumers looking to take web quality photos without breaking the bank, and photographers who wanted to offer on-site prints. But as the turn of the millennium crawled ever closer, Kodak started offering more professional systems. While their medium format offerings only existed for the tier of photographers who considered Hasselblad's reasonable investments, they also offered the DCS line, which consisted mostly of 35mm bodies with Kodak sensors haphazardly bolted on. But when Y2K hit, aside from ushering in the modern apocalypse, camera manufacturers began announcing competing products, all of which hit the scene by fall 2000. Launching within the same 3-month period were Nikon's D1, Canon's D30, and Fuji's S1 Pro, all of which were cameras with non-Kodak sensors for a significantly cheaper price, with only the D1 costing slightly more than Kodak's cheapest offering. Only in the aftermath of this rapid release schedule did Olympus launch their first professional-grade DSLR. This had a couple of issues. Firstly, it was a much smaller sensor, only 2/3 in the face of the much larger APS-C sensors. Secondly, it's not a DSLR, but Olympus had one shining glimmer of hope, and it laid entirely upon the fundamentality of bridge camera-ness. Conventional wisdom says that the reduced imaging area and simplified lens mechanism provides an excellent opportunity for a camera manufacturer to save money over the cost of a more conventional DSLR. Instead, though, Olympus flipped the script. Olympus saw an opportunity to take advantage of the bridge camera and make something, I don't know, revolutionary for us wasteland wanderers. Instead of costing down the lens, they give it a conventional, high-quality lens, made sharper by the relative simplicity enabled by a fixed lens. On this forgotten, melting pseudo-DSLR exists a lens that has absolutely no right punching this far above its class. Its versatility is nearly unmatched thanks to the 35 to 140 zoom, but more impressive is the near-constant f2 aperture that is only technically a lesser 2.4. While in a vacuum, the small sensor seems to be a deal-breaker, it's made up by the fast and sharp optics. Yet, looking at Olympus's history, is it really that surprising their all-or-nothing gamble resolved around the optics? Fundamentally, Olympus is an optics company who stumbled into camera manufacturing. When legendary designer Yoshihisa Matani crafted the extraordinarily little pen, its optics defined it, nearly consumed it, with Matani sinking the entire project development fund into the lens in his unyielding quest to match the Leica 3F. Forced into a budgetary confine, he was required to emphasize low weight and volume above complexity. With only these limitations could the pen exist, small, easy to use, and sharp as hell. The E-10 makes the exact same sacrifices as the pen did so many years ago. Thanks to the savings they gained with the cheaper sensor, they were allowed to use premium materials and still come in $1,000 cheaper than Canon's D30, without even counting the lens prices for a DSLR. Seriously, Olympus spared almost no expense. The camera is made of cast aluminum, adding a comfortable weight and excellent feel when compared to other bridge cameras. It's difficult to emphasize how much better this camera feels, not only with contemporary bridge cameras, but with modern digital cameras. In stark contrast towards the vast majority of fellow Bridgets, Standout amongst most Bridgets is the genuine manual zoom and less genuine focus by wire, a fantastic touch only marred by their choice of rubber dissolving into a goo. Overall, this camera just feels great. All of the buttons feel exceptionally good, and the card eject mechanism astonishes when compared to a certain other 4/3 imaging system. With the digital era upon them, Olympus took the opportunity to buck the conventional design of an SLR, instead deciding on an asymmetrical layout with the viewfinder far enough to the left of the body that it handles similarly to a rangefinder. Without any heritage to adhere to, their ergonomics end up being astonishingly clever. There's a couple noticeable on first use, such as the main dial lands up exactly where your hand rests, or the inclusion of 2 dials on a bridge camera. Most clever amongst them is the quick white balance button, which is positioned in the front of the camera, allowing a photographer to hold a gray card in front of them for, well, quick white balancing. Unlike digicams with film roots, where digital specific functions are an afterthought, the E-10 makes them quickly and easily accessible. Is what I would say if there was a quick function to format the card. Seriously, Olympus, Nikon figured this out. But none of that begs to mention the boldest thing Olympus did with the E-10, the addition of an optical beam splitter, giving it the unique ability to simultaneously display to an optical viewfinder and to a live view, a claim Olympus was happy to boast about. However, this creates a problem for the viewfinder, which is already starved for light, now suddenly competing with the sensor for total light input, while also creating a whole laundry list of other issues, such as the viewfinder itself acting as a lens. Their solution? A second internal shutter between the path of the beam splitter and the viewfinder that is extremely prone to failure. We'll be back after the break.
Hi, y'all. Since Apocalypse hit, time's been getting tough, you know? I need to sell a few of my belongings. I got some high-quality, sun-bleached lumber. Some concrete board for his bride's bathroom. Got a hog, she's a cutie. Got a 1991 diesel Mercedes to fit the wife and polycule. About 3 billion wooden pallets. What else we got around here? Got some Cindy blocks. You can put the pallets on the Cindy blocks, keep you up off the ground out of the ants. Scrap metal. You need some metal and a spring. Well, I got my cactus, but you can't buy that. It's in the ground, so it's happy where it is. But there's a piece of it that fell off. The cactus ain't using that. If you want that, you can have it. Some pipes. Anyway, just give me a holler down if you see this. The name's Johnny Gay. That's G-A-Y. Down on Old Purves Road. Be careful of Big Jim.
Hey, you! Would you like to give Cave some money? Yet the E-10 won't escape with such glowing endorsements. It is a bridge camera after all, and with that comes the Achilles heel of a small sensor, image quality. Especially with such an early digital camera, it seems unsurprising that the photos it outputs aren't particularly awe-inspiring. To be fair, it does have a look, grungy colored with severe noise even at ISO 80. After using the E-10, it becomes pretty clear why Olympus doesn't recommend pushing it past 80 to the maximum ISO of 320, or even the medium of 160. It does support RAWs in the form of TIFF files, though the minute extra amount of detail hardly seems worth the vastly increased file sizes when compared to JPEGs. With the help of a polarizer that basically lives on my E-10 and an eye for what it'll do well, it certainly can pull its own weight, even if it seems like a bit of a letdown compared to its exceptional handling. Wait, it has RAW? Buried in unlabeled menus and behind random dials, isolated from the rest of the quality settings, lies one last option, an option only labeled RAW. Toggling this causes the TIFF icon to flash and locks you out from any other quality adjustments. This Agent Bridge camera does in fact have true RAW support in the form of ARF files. These, unlike megabyte-destroying TIFF files, are true uncompressed RAWs. Finally, color balance becomes effortless, though its white balance handles plenty well enough for most subjects. Range is quite impressive for the time. Not only does the overall noise decrease significantly, but the file sizes actually drop below that of TIFF photos. While 4 megapixels isn't enough to properly zoom in or anything, it's plenty sharp for viewing an uncropped photo, with optics that help the little sensor shine. The high sharpness combined with the convenient travel zoom range equivalent leaves it excelling in any environment you could imagine, except maybe wildlife photography. I feel like I'm forgetting something. It is with complete humility I admit what was once hard for me to say. This bridge camera is one of the greatest digital cameras I've ever used, period.
I see the shadows of tomorrow in my head.
Investigating into the fossil record with a more discerning eye, though, a discovery becomes clear. Buried among the strata of 2000s cameras littered with more well-known fossil types such as Pyxis or Bavicus, there's a remarkable amount of E-10. Maybe previously unknown to us dirt camerologists, the E-10 was able to thrive in the early digital camera ecosystem. These commonly thrashed cameras seemingly succeeded in spite of their relative obscurity, taken along on countless vacations by others who appreciated its ease of use or its competent images. Following the genus further along seems to reveal something strange. An evolutionary dead end despite its evolutionary advantages. Was it destroyed by some sort of natural disaster that wildly changed the ecosystem? Well, not exactly. Our best guess is the niche the E-10 once thrived in was ultimately temporary. Their offspring, the E-20, quickly faded from existence. Furthermore, proof of convergent evolution teaches us that even more distant relatives of the E-10 would ultimately reach an insurmountable wall. The luxury bridge camera market, from which the E-10 thrived and Sony persevered with the RX-10, ultimately faced a slow extinction as system cameras became established. This might explain the particular gap in the strata pertaining to the genus Wikimedia. Olympus produced a cheaper alternative to the E-10, gaining the moniker of the E100, while the E-10 remained mid-range, implying the existence of a professional E1. If it exists, this would explain the final clue to explaining the E-10 and 20's sudden extinction, or if some have theorized, a previously unknown evolutionary divergence. Yet, the E-10 continues to impress without the specter of its descendants painting its success upon it. In its simplicity, it garners respect from even the most hardened wastelander. In firm contrast against the endless glut of joyless bridge cameras, only sold via a strict utilitarian need for camera, the E-10 is a delightful departure. Its simplicity finds it more useful in a compromised state, with it acting just as competent as a film camera thanks to my particular copy's case of broken screen.
And I know there's nothing left of yesterday.
I honestly find myself unable to articulate what specifically it is about this dense little relic that allows me to set aside my prejudice. Because it is greater than the sum of its parts. In that, the purpose of a camera is elevated from simplistic photographic machine into something that inspires the spirit of creation. It is the antithesis of clinicality. It sparks joy. Forgetting something? I'm confident enough to say that if I ever find myself enjoying a British camera, I'll eat my hat.
Into my head, on top of my mind, you got a hold of my heart, and you're loving me blind. Was it all that easy? To come into my life just like that, into my life just like that, into my life and love me just like that. Into my life just like that, into my life just like that, into my life like each and every